What's up, YouTube? You're watching For the Love of Tools. My name is Jake. Today we got a small snap-on tool haul, so stick around. Hi guys, so welcome to For the Love of Tools channel. So we have a small snap-on tool haul today, like I said. If you could subscribe to my channel, like my video, drop me a comment, and follow me on Instagram. It's @_ For the Love of Tools and _ I try to keep it as simple as I could. So I was able to make it on a snap-on truck, come out with 2 items, and spend less than $150. I didn't know that was possible with Snap-on, because most everything I ever want on that truck seems to be like $500–600 bucks. But I was working. So the first up, these are the Snap-on. They've got the double ball heads, and these are like the super shallow. These are the super shallow ones for the end here. Oh, so I was working on a cat excavator earlier last week, and I had to change out the seat on it, and the top bolt for the seat was an Allen head. It was a 5mm, and the problem was the seat was way too close and the sliding mechanism was broken, so I couldn't slide it forward all the way. And so I was standing on my head for quite a long time, and because I couldn't get my regular Allen head in there on a socket. And so, you guys ever have the thing where you need a tool and you're just really fucking pissed off, and then the next day a tool dealer shows up and he just so happens to have that tool on promo, like he was fucking watching you, and he was like, oh yeah, I got this bitch. I got the tool that he needs the day after he needs it. Ain't that some shit? Well, anyways, I bought these just so I wouldn't have that problem. The part number on these is a DBHM9. So Delta Bravo Hector 9. So these are the Snap-on. These, made in the USA. I was noticing on these, Snap-on they don't actually brand their name on the tool, which is odd, because Snap-on, I mean, if it's theirs, they're branding the shit out of it. So I thought that was interesting. I mean, I don't know if that'll be a problem in the warranty process if I have to bring them the whole thing and be like, I broke this one. Because, I mean, these don't have individual part numbers on them either. But that's, we'll cross that bridge if we come to it. So, the next up. So, this is a Blue Point. I mean, sold from Snap-on, but not Snap-on. So, this is their super stubby. It has Allen heads of both metric and standard. It has some flat heads. It has some Phillips. It has tamper-proof Torx, and it has triple squares. I've never had to use triple squares. I know a lot of people do, but I've never came across one, so I don't really need them. But so these are nice because just because of how shallow they are. I mean, comparing this, well, that's a 3/8. Let's grab a 10. And so even comparing the end of this shallow to this stubby, it's about the same length. If we put it on this side, they're about the same length. So, adding a ratchet onto the end of this is going to make it a little bit bigger, but that's no big deal because I'll be able to fit them into a lot tighter places that I couldn't before. One thing I dislike is this case. It's fucking huge. They could have saved a lot of space if they would have made all these a little bit closer together. So what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to take, so these are the socketizer, these are the 1/4" rails. These things are pretty inexpensive, so I was fucking around with this. So you can take all these. So there's the 3/8, the 5/16, quarter, 7/32, 3/16, 5/32, 1/8. Let's go all the way down the line. So there's the whole set of standard Allen heads in this. So I mean, to give you a comparison, that's the size difference. Like, they could have made these, they could have made this a lot smaller. That's also why I like these socketizer rails, though, because they don't have any pegs on them, so you can really put whatever the fuck you want in here. And you know, they're magnetic, so they're not going anywhere. I mean, it's actually, well, you can hear one rattling a little bit, but it's not falling off. But I mean, that's the nice thing about these socketizer rails. I mean, I don't know about you guys, I seem to buy a tool that comes in a kit for X amount of dollars, and then I spend almost just as much money buying the stuff to organize that kit the way that I want it to. It gets ridiculous. I mean, most mechanics like to have things exactly a certain way. I like to have as little blow molded cases in my box as possible. I cut down on them as much as possible. So I'm gonna have to end up buying, let's see, yeah, I'm gonna have to end up buying 3 more of these just so I can organize the sockets and everything. But you know, off of that, you know, I like socketizer rails. If you guys have watched my videos in the past, I did a socket rail review. You know, I talked about these a little bit more. I'll leave a link to that up here. So next up, I didn't buy this off the Snap-on truck. This came from Amazon. I did an Amazon tool haul a little bit ago. This was one of the other things I was waiting on. I'll leave a link to that up here. And so these are the Mayhew Ladyfoot set. So these are USA made. They give you warnings. This set is actually a lot bigger than I thought it was going to be, because holy fuck, the shank on this thing is huge. It's a 5/8 shank. So this is the biggest one. It is 18 inches. I like the head on here. It's got a good profile on it. I mean, I'm scared I'm going to end up chipping this tip, but you know, that's whatever. But the alignment part of it is also nice. So this comes in a set of 3. You're going to get these 3 here, and I'll leave links to these in the description so you guys can go check them out. It's a fairly inexpensive set. You know, it is the Mayhew Dominator line, so it is made in the USA. It is a lifetime warranty. But these things look like they're going to work out really well. I've been needing some alignment bars, and I like Mayhew products. I've talked about how much I like Mayhew products in the past, and so I was like, yeah, we'll get these. Throw them into my Mayhew collection. I still got more stuff coming from Amazon. I got a serious problem. I mean, it's just like, oh, these deals are so great, let's just order it. And you're like, $800. Oh, fuck. But, you know, I digress. But yeah, so, you know, we got the Allen heads, we got the lady's foot. This seems to be a pretty boring video. I want to give a shout out. I give a shout out to my Milwaukee M18 half-inch drive high impact. I worked the dog shit out of this thing yesterday. I worked it so much that I have 6 batteries. I overheated 3 of them. I didn't slow down my work. I just walked over to my toolbox and grabbed another battery and threw it on. This thing, I swear to God, was about 200-300 degrees. I mean, all back here in the motor, I mean, it was hot, but it never stopped working. So I mean, it's dirty as fuck. Yesterday was just a nightmare. I had 8 trucks break down on me, and the 3 trucks I have in the shop, parts all came in for them. And so I went from having almost nothing to do yesterday to being like a week behind in a matter of 5 minutes. I had leaf springs that broke. This thing, you know, did all the leaf springs for me. I didn't have to grab anything else. I didn't use air or anything. I was doing a bunch of U-joints on a truck and carrier bearings and yokes. This took everything off. It took the yoke nuts off, the carrier bearings off, the U-joints off with my U-joint puller. I mean, it did all of it. I mean, it just kept overheating batteries, and I was like, all right, we'll take that one off, throw a new one on. So, I mean, this thing was a trooper for me yesterday. I haven't got to abuse it like I did yesterday to know how much is actually going to work, but it worked out really well. All right, guys, that is everything for this video today. Sorry if I drug out a little bit there, went a little bit long, but we'll catch you back on another video. So for my tool giveaway, if you guys are still watching at this point, for my tool giveaway, I want to do some socket rails. I was thinking about doing 2 mechanics time savers, Locka sockets, 1/2 inch, 1 3/8, and then I wanted to do 1 3/8 socketizer rail and 1/4 inch socketizer rail. Just so you guys can, you know, get to see why I like them so much. Because once you actually start using them, you're like, oh, these are nice. But so that's what I want to do. I want to do that at 100 subscribers. When it does come closer to that time, I will post details in my Instagram, so you guys will have to follow me there to get all the details, and we'll go from there. Until then, this is Jake with For the Love of Tools.